So, so, yeah, I wanted to make a continuation of the video, of another video I did, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that today. What I'm going to do is talk about racism. Now, as I'm talking about racism, keep in mind that I'm at work, so I will be leaving soon. It's about an hour before I leave, so bear with me, y'all. Anyway, I want to talk about racism for a few seconds because it's just like not many people but it is not many people out here who completely understands the concept of racism. So let's go through that. This might be a relatively long video, but let's go through it, y'all. Okay, I got a few minutes. Okay, so 40 minutes to tackle this racism problem. Alright, so racism, right? First of all, people are talking about things like racism isn't just against black people, it's against all people. No. The definition of racism is not against all people. And all people are not affected by racism. Okay? We could be racist to white people. Black people can be racist to white people, but it won't really do anything. It really won't do anything. It'll just make y'all upset, which seems to be y'all only joy in life, is to be upset. But I mean, like, let me start with a story and then go on from there, because I like to talk. Okay? So I was on YouTube, minding my own business, and I was just going about doing whatever I wanted to do. And as I was going through this, as I was, going through YouTube, watching videos, I found myself on this video where there was a fight going on in the hood. Okay, two black people fighting in the middle of a park. Two grown men at that point in time. Yup, I be bored, I watch shit too, okay? Don't sit here and try to make it seem like, oh, you find that fun, or you like seeing black people fight, oh, you're racist, oh, you're a coon, you're this and you're that. Because one thing I'm going to tell you about me, I'm not a coon, okay? And I'm not racist, okay? You know what? No, fuck that. You can call me racist if you want to, but I'm going to just tell you the fucking real. Call me a label if you motherfucking want to, but I'm going to just tell you what it is. I stand 10 tones down in my shit, so ain't no motherfucking problems over here. You ain't going to catch me backtracking on nothing. Nothing. You ain't going to catch me backtracking on nothing, unless I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, and I feel it, and I feel like I'm wrong, then I'm going to backtrack. Not even backtrack. I'm going to just say, look, I was wrong. That's that. We moving forward. Bye. But, racism. During this video I was watching, I was scrolling down the comments. You're never supposed to look at the comments on YouTube because it's always some fucking it's always some shit that you hear, that you see, or you read in the comment section on YouTube and on Facebook and all these other places. I'm scrolling down, and I see a comment that says, jigaboos in their natural habitat. Keep in mind, this is two black men fighting. Granted, it was a stupid ass video. It was two black people fighting in the middle of a kid's park. But that comment, it's not only did it stand out, it affected me. Now, for you to actually understand how much this had to affect me, for me to say what I had to say, I want you to realize that I am a high-functioning depressive. That means I go about my life. I do what I do. I don't need medication. I don't take medication. I don't. It means that I go through my life doing what I do, but I really don't feel my emotions the way I should. I don't. So, when I was going through this, it made me feel such a rage and disappointment and upsetting. Now, it turns out that I can feel emotions. It's not that I can't feel emotions at all. It's just that I can't feel emotions unless they're in intense bursts. So this had to affect me a lot for me to be moved to say something. Now, when this comment came up, I felt so enraged and upset that I just had to say something. So what I said was, I basically said some racist shit to him, basically implying that he was a white hillbilly with no indoor plumbing, no self-control, and no regard for human decency. And no regard for human decency, implying that he's committed bestiality and incest. And basically told him to go watch some of his own kind, and maybe he'll feel better about his own kind fighting and carrying on like they do. And then I proceeded to tell him, listen, black people can be just as racist as y'all white people. But black people can be racist too. But you don't see us walking around saying all these extra things about y'all. Because that's not how we feel. It's not how we feel. And you're not going to catch no black person being racist to you for absolutely no reason. You're not going to catch no black person being overly racist for absolutely no reason. You're not going to catch no black person being racist towards a white person without probable cause. A lot of white people do not understand racism. They don't understand it. They might act like they understand it, but they don't. They don't understand it at all. They don't. Because if they did, they would know that it is impossible for black people to be racist in this state of the country, because racism in and of itself was designed to put black people, specifically black people, swept in a position to be swept under the carpet, killed, hung on a tree, cut down, and then swept under the carpet, burned alive, chopped up into multiple different pieces, and in some cases, eaten. Yeah, that's right, bitch, I said eaten. History, they don't tell you everything in history. They don't. All I can imagine is just that white people, not all white people, because I've met some great white people. I've met white people who have come to me and been like really, really good people. And keep in mind that I'm only talking like this because I'm at work right now. So the low voice, the proper pronunciation, I'm at work. I'd be cursing a lot more to bridge my sentences if I was not at work. Trust me. Oh, ooh. mainly because I don't feel like talking proper when I'm not at work. But anyway, let's just go through it. Okay, let's go through it. Racism. White people consider black people as inferior. Why is he standing there? Okay. White people, racist white people, consider black people as inferior. Some white people consider them to be equals, but they say shit that's been instilled in them by their culture, or simply by them not understanding certain social cues when it comes to black people. Okay? My melanin is damaged because I have a lot of whatever. Listen, it's just a lot of shit. It's a lot of shit that comes with racism most of the time. It's just that white people are not the only people that are racist to us, but they're the biggest problem to us. So when you hear racism coming from black people and it's mostly about white people, the reason why is because white people are the biggest problem to us right now. That's all that means. Racist white people who have power and influence and all of these different things, they use that power to keep us down. You're like, well, how do you know that? Where's the proof? Proof is what you need. Proof. A black man is working at a high-profile company. Actually, you know what? No, let's start at school. Let's start at school, where the proof happens the most. A black kid gets the best grade in the school. He is actually competing with a white kid for valedictorian. And the principal decides that one kid is more special than the other. Based on his interaction with them, and how they function. So the principal decides to hold a meeting between these two students, right? And the meeting is over in 5 minutes. This principal, it doesn't matter what color of his skin he is. Doesn't matter. Principal, after this 5-minute interview, right, decides that the white kid, is going to be valedictorian. How is he going to do that when the black kid has grades to match that of his own? Has the grades to match the other kid? Simple. When the grades come in, you illegally lower the black kid's grades, or instruct his teachers or any of the teachers that you have sway with to grade him lower than the white kid. Just a little lower. It doesn't even have to be about the kid. You could just tell him to grade him a little lower. Why? You don't know, but you're boss. But you're the one that's hiring these teachers, so you can tell them what to do. That's a sloppy way to do it. But the more refined way is to watch this child, this black kid, change his classes. You change his classes out of the blue in the middle of the year somewhere, or at the end of the year somewhere, and you put him in a class that does statistically the worst, and you group him together with the other kids to bring his overall grading average down. Proof. At the end of the year, the black kid is named salutatorian. If he's lucky. If he's lucky, if he still does exactly the same way he's been doing, he'll make salutatorian. No problem. Or he'll just barely make it. When he had the grades to be valedictorian, but the white kid that he was competing with, guess what? Wins valedictorian. What you pointing at?
Got a videotape. Pick him up.
Oh, okay. Hold on, y'all.